He is a man who's changed our vision of the world and is among America's most wanted. This day, a year ago, former NSA employee Edward Snowden landed in Russia. His asylum ends next month and it's still not clear what is next for him. But for now, his whereabouts are shrouded in mystery as he's worried that the White House won't let him go so easily. RT's Hugo Piskunov looked at how he managed to slip through Washington's fingers.
CNN now has word that Edward Snowden has left Hong Kong.
There are many questions about why Snowden is able to stay one step ahead of American authorities.
Mr. Snowden is reported to be on a flight to Moscow.
The arrivals hall of Moscow's Sheremetyevo Airport, Sector A, Terminal F, on June 23, 2013. This is where that flight from Hong Kong with Edward Snowden on board arrived. These doors were surrounded by a whole army of journalists with cameras and microphones. Some were broadcasting live pictures of everything that was going on here. But when the last passenger finally came out and there was still no sign of them, it became clear the next most probable place there could be, if not here, then inside the transit zone.
The American whistleblower Edward Snowden is thought to be in Moscow airport.
It looks like Snowden is spending the night in the transit area of Moscow's Sheremetyevo Airport.
All the indications are that he's about 100 meters away from where I'm standing.
This whole place was swarming with journalists, photographers, TV, radio, press, agencies, you name it. And everyone was looking for Snowden everywhere, in every corner, in every bathroom, in VIP rooms, even under seats. But no one could find him. But soon, information quickly spread that it was inside the capsule hotel right here in the transit zone that the former NSA contractor was in. This capsule hotel is really only called capsule because in reality these are almost like regular rooms just in a regular hotel. There's a decent bathroom here and beds and even a TV set, just no window. That's pretty much the only difference. The plans that no one guessed in the end. It became known that Snowden and his advisor had been checked in for a flight to Cuba, so naturally dozens of us rushed to get on that flight. Some even coughed up the cash for business class, hoping for an exclusive interview. But once again, the former NSA contractor duped us all.
Let's cross now to RT's Yegor Piskunov, who is aboard the flight. So, Yegor, you're joining us by phone. Tell us what you can see on the plane. Is Snowden there, or is there no sign of him?
Oh, wow. Well, this is absolutely remarkable. They've just locked the doors of the plane, which we're actually now taxiing onto the airstrip. And while we're about to take off very shortly, and I can tell you with 100%, if not 150%, that he's not on this plane.
The plane, packed with journalists, took off with the two seats allegedly booked for Snowden and his advisor still empty. So, what we thought might be the end of the Russian chapter for Snowden was actually just the beginning. After spending weeks in that transit zone, the whistleblower finally received temporary asylum in Russia, where he is today. But even a year on, security and safety concerns mean Edward Snowden's exact whereabouts are still shrouded in secrecy. Yegor Piskunov, RT, Moscow.
Well, America's National Security Agency has been collecting thousands of emails annually. Britain's GCHQ spied on every Facebook, Google and Twitter user. And German intelligence used the NSA spy program. These are just a few of the headlines that have hit the media since Edward Snowden leaked documents of the US-UK spy program. Well, his revelations left the world shocked, and events throughout the year have brought some peculiar facts to our attention. If you're an American citizen, for example, your phone and video calls, as well as your emails, could be routinely intercepted by special services. And here's another thing. Have you trusted your private data with Google, Yahoo or Facebook? Well, they are sharing it with the government too. And even being a president won't help. They will ground your plane over suspicions you have a whistleblower on board. In fact, that's what happened to Bolivian leader Evo Morales. Freedom of press is nothing when it comes to a scandal of such proportions either. A major UK newspaper became the target of a police raid for publishing the revelations. And friends do spy on friends. The NSA has been tapping into Germany's Angela Merkel's phone. And that's not all. The latest leak from Snowden shows Germany has actually been a launch pad for America's espionage in Europe. RT's Peter Oliver has the details on that story.
Over the last 12 months, Edward Snowden's revelations have shown that not only is Germany at the very heart of the NSA surveillance program, but that the Germans themselves are among the most spied on and listened to in the world, with millions of data connections being tracked, putting them alongside the likes of Afghanistan and Iraq. And it's not just those suspected of having committed a crime that have been snooped on. Here at the German Chancellery, there was a breach of security when it was revealed that Angela Merkel's private cell phone had been listened into by the Americans, prompting a few angry phone calls and general all-round embarrassment. It now seems unlikely there will be a full investigation into what went on. Leaked NSA documents talk about an intimate relationship between the German and US government, something which has upset people here because they fear they'll never find out the true scope of the snooping that went on and how involved Germany was in spying on its own people.
Well, former CIA officer Ray McGovern believes that no one in the American government wants the surveillance to stop, as all three branches of power are in fact complicit with the NSA.
What has changed is that all American citizens who are willing to be informed and do not wish to remain in denial realize that a very, very draconian dragnet type operation is being worked on them, whereby all our emails, all our telephone calls, and not just the metadata, so to speak, not just the addresses and whom you're speaking with and how long, but the content. It's all being scooped right up and stored in case they want to find something against you. The surveillance continues because, in a very odd way, all three branches of our government are complicit. The executive branch, which runs the NSA, the legislative branch, Congress, which approved what NSA is doing, and judiciary. They too have become complicit.
Well, if you want to know more about Snowden's escape, the events that followed it, or the revelations that he made, you can log on to our website at rt.com. All the information is there for you, and it is just a click away.